So this is a piece of glass out of a picture frame that I had painted on several weeks ago. I had just leftover paints and I did a pour and maybe an acrylic swipe over it with just some leftover multicolored paints in black. So it's painted on a regular piece of glass out of a picture frame. I did not prime it or do anything to it before I did the pour. It's had time to dry. It's nice and cured, and I'm going to paint a kingfisher bird on top of it. So I'm just getting my stuff ready, and I'm just using regular acrylic paints. I'm not adding anything into the paints. I did clean the surface of the acrylic pour just to get any residue off from the silicone. And so basically I've got a photo reference from Google of a kingfisher, and I'm just gonna sketch out with a white colored pencil just the outline of the kingfisher, and then you will see me kind of base coat it in. And I always, whenever I do a pour and do artwork on top of it, especially if it's any kind of a deeper color and you need bright colors on top of your pour, I always recommend painting your outline of your object white first, and that gives you truer colors when you do your colors over these deeper colors. For instance, if I wanted to paint that light orangish yellow belly of the bird over the existing paint, it would take me layer after layer to get enough paint to cover up that where it would not be transparent. So it's just a lot faster to do a coat or two of white paint. You can use your blow dryer in between to speed up the drying process, and then you can put your colors in. Anytime you use color, it's always going to be brighter and more true to its true color when it's on top of white, as opposed to any other color, especially anything dark like what I'm painting on. So I'm just sketching out, and then you will see me, paint in the white, and then take it from there as far as the rest of the colors. And I'm not going to talk while I paint. At some point in time, I've got me a new studio that I'll be moving into, and at some point in time I will be offering some online classes and maybe some tutorials about acrylic pouring and just regular acrylic painting of simple things like flowers and birds and that kind of thing. So I will be offering that at some point in the future. So here I'm just using my blow dryer to finish drying everything really well. And I'm pretty much finished with the artwork, so just using the blow dryer. And this is a Liquitex bottle, but what I've done is taken a can of Minwax Polycrylic and poured it into the bottle. It makes it easier to work with it instead of trying to get your polyurethane out of a can. So I typically do use Liquitex, but I also have Minwax Polycrylic in a gloss. And here I have a silicone brush, and I'm just trying it to see how it does with streaking and so forth compared to a brush. I couldn't tell a big difference, but it did help a little bit with not having as much brush strokes. So the whole thing is a piece of silicone rubber. There are no bristles at all. So the gloss is going to make all the colors in the background and everything, like you see, it's made the colors pop again, because often colors will dry on the flat side and be kind of matte looking, and I like to at least seal it with a satin to a gloss finish to make the color pop back out again. So I'm going to just allow this to dry for multiple hours, and then it will be ready to be put back in the picture frame. And I do not put another piece of glass on top of it. I just put that piece of glass back in the picture frame, and there's no need to worry about scratching or anything because it's in the picture frame, it's protected, and after it cures it's really actually pretty strong. And I'm just speeding up the drying process a little bit there just to make sure it's not super wet. So I hope you enjoyed watching me paint this bird, the kingfisher. They're beautiful little birds, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Check out the links below my video. There's a recommended Amazon link that has all the products that I use, and there's a PayPal link, a Patreon link, and my Facebook group. If you want to come over to Facebook and join me there and be a part of my group, there's a link that takes you straight to that Facebook group, and you can request to join and get to share pictures of your work with me there. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I did use a voiceover in this video because my mic was not working, the batteries had run out or something, but there it shows it's still wet, but I had laid the piece of glass on top of the frame just so you'd get an idea of what it will look like in the frame. So I was just showing you that. And then this was a little picture frame I had, and I took an acrylic pour that was on butcher paper and cut it down to the size of the frame, and I decoupaged my two koi fish from a painting that I had done. I printed out those two koi fish, cut them out, and decoupaged them on top of that pour and put glass back over it. That's another acrylic pour that I put under glass. It was just done on maybe a piece of photo paper. So there's always lots of options when you want to do acrylic pours. You don't always have to do it on a canvas. You can do it on photo paper, and you can get inexpensive picture frames and take the glass out and pour on the glass and let it dry and put it back in your frame, and you've got an instant frame for it, or you can do artwork on top of it. So thanks again. See you later.